Happy Halloween, everyone. I hope you're getting some good treats. Unfortunately, these last two issues of Batman Last Halloween are more like a trick. A pretty lame trick. Now, due to the fact that issue 10 came out on Wednesday, I obviously didn't have enough time to write a script for both issue 9 and 10. So I decided, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna do this unscripted and do my best to sum up this story. So let's dive into Batman, The Last Halloween, issue 9-10, and see how this ended. Warning, spoilers. Issue 9 at first started pretty promising, with this really cool callback to The Long Halloween. Batman letting us know that today is Carmine Falcone's birthday, the Roman holiday, and how that day changed everything. Harvey Dent got scarred, Alberto Falcone revealed himself, and things were forever changed. And it looks like today, Mario and his family have something big planned out to commemorate his late father's birthday. We also see that Selina's there, showing that Mario and his mother are accepting her into the family, which is definitely convincing Batman that she actually did shoot herself in the leg, and that she's working for the villains the whole time. That theory is tested, as of course Batman got caught, leading to a massive fight. Batman is shot out the window, and Catwoman tries to save him, leading to this really weird flirtatious moment while they're in the middle of free fall, and they eventually crash into a glass ceiling that lands into a heart-shaped bed. And yet this is not the kinkiest foreplay I've ever seen. Batman asks Catwoman why he's on the wrong side, but she refused to answer since it's not the right time. Elsewhere, Two-Face is back at Arkham, demanding files from Thorne about all the Arkham inmates, and look, I'm just gonna tell you right now, all this has been just for a big fight. Yeah, this entire storyline has been building up to a fight with the Falcone family and the freaks of Gotham. And everyone was in on it except for Batman, Robin, and the GCPD. And the mastermind behind it all was Mario Falcone and Gilda Dent. Why? Well, that's explained in issue 10. Issue 10 opens with the battle already ensue, and I will admit, it's a pretty cool fight, with the inmates of Arkham taking on Falcone's men. Though for some reason, they're also wearing the masks that they were wearing when they were shooting at them throughout the series. I'm not sure why they're doing it. Batman and Robin, along with the GCPD, come in, kick some ass. They eventually find out what Calendar Man's role in all this was. Originally, he was working with the inmates of Arkham, but had a change of heart, and even leaked Batman and Gordon a little hint about what was going to be happening in Arkham. He stayed in his cell because, well, he didn't want to get hurt. Also, Batman asks him who the Holiday Killer is, and Julian just straight up says, the Holiday Killer is no longer a singular person. If they ever were, it's an idea, a concept. Anyone can be the Holiday Killer. Seems pretty interesting, but in this story, it doesn't really fit as well because, no, there has been a singular Holiday Killer. It's been Gilda. Yeah, this time, it was mainly her. Like, the only time she wasn't pulling the trigger was the times that Falcone's men were attacking the villains. As for why her and Mario did all this, well, Mario wanted to get rid of the freaks of Gotham and avenge his father's death, and convince Gilda that this would be a way to get her husband back. Though this still doesn't explain why they kidnapped Jim's son. Like, if all this was just to get the supervillains of Gotham in one area, why kidnap this kid? It just doesn't really make any sense. Like, if I'm missing anything, please let me know in the comments, but it really doesn't add up. Anyway, it eventually ends with a big standoff between Batman, Two-Face, and Mario, who has Gilda at gunpoint, and also apparently he was the guy in the clown mask in the first issue. Shocker, I guess. But Ari's quick to the draw, kills Mario, him and Gilda get arrested. Gilda is sent back to Massachusetts, where she's committed. Oh, and also it turns out that the pregnancy was false. And Two-Face, I guess claiming that he was in the right mind, is not sent to Arkham, but instead is sent to Gotham State Penitentiary. Batman and Catwoman end on pretty good terms, and our story wraps up with Batman, Robin, and Gordon standing on the rooftop, contemplating on all the things that have gone down, with Batman realizing that he believes in Jim Gordon, he believes in Robin, he believes in Batman, he believes in Gotham. Ending the 10th issue, and this miniseries. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not shocking you guys when I say that I'm not a fan of this miniseries. The mystery really doesn't make any sense when you stop and think about it. The motivations are all over the place, and certain characters and concepts are just kind of thrown away, like they brought in Amanda Waller just for a throwaway cameo, even though they could have done a lot with her. The story begins with this insane kidnapping plot, which kind of goes nowhere because, again, why was Jim Gordon Jr. kidnapped in the first place? I guess it was to get the GCPD off their back while they were setting up this elaborate battle, but again, why even do this battle? Like, if this was all just to take out the supervillains of Gotham and get revenge, why not just do it when they were literally at your mercy? And that can be said with a lot of the characters. Batman and Robin are pretty consistent for the most part, with Batman worried that that he might lose his friends, while Robin just wants to prove to Batman that he's ready for anything. Again, throughout the series, they did show that Batman was opening up more to both Jim and Robin, while Jim Gordon was really struggling since this case pretty much destroyed his marriage and all he had left was the job. But Batman stays by him and he realized that he does still have friends and allies who will be there for him. The villains, I'm just gonna say in one word, confused. Like, again, I'm not entirely sure what their motivations were for the most part. Like, I know what they said. Again, Gilda wants Harvey back and Mario wants revenge, but their methods didn't really add up when you stop and think about this stuff. I know I'm saying that a lot, but it's true. And as for Selina, again, her goals are mostly dealing with her family issues, which seem to get resolved in the end of issue 9, but also kind of just feels like that's the start of another story I guess Loeb plans to tackle later, if ever. Issue 9's art was done by Chris Samney, who many will know for the Dark Horse comic Welcome to the Maynard and his time on Captain America. His art's pretty solid, very dynamic, and also very colorful, especially with the opening. And you could tell he had tons of fun drawing out the fight scenes. While issue 10's artist was Matteo Scalera, who many will know for the Batman White Knight Harley Quinn spinoff series, which is really good. I recommend checking it out. His art is very dynamic, and much like many of the other artists, does try his best to give the characters' designs more akin to Tim Sale's designs. Though, for the last few pages, he also mimics from Long Halloween. Though I did have some issues with some of the artists, I can appreciate what they were trying to do. I've been saving this till now, but each issue actually has an interview with the artist talking about Tim Sale and what they meant to him. Each of them is a very sweet, humble tribute, which I do recommend that you guys read. They're all very heartwarming and really shows you how much Tim Sale meant to them, whether they were his friends or they were just inspired by his works. On a whole, Batman The Last Halloween isn't a great mystery, but it's definitely not the worst thing you could read. Do I see myself coming back to the series? No, probably not. But when it has its good moments, it has its good moments. Like, again, I really enjoyed the New Year's issue, and some of the concepts were really cool. Like, again, I really liked we had Joker Arkham Hunter. It's just that when it was meh, and when it was bad, it was pretty bad. If you want to check it out because you're a big Long Halloween fan and a completionist, I would say, yeah, give it a look. If not, then yeah, I'd recommend skipping this house and finding better treats elsewhere. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for updates, and have a happy Halloween. Next time, we're going to be taking a break just for a little bit, return to the Season of Fables, and then we're going to be continuing the themes of holidays and sequels with, well, pretty sure you can figure that out. Later.
Happy Halloween.